As the weather gets cooler, are you thinking of installing a more efficient heating system into your home? Wouldn't you like to know what the experts are installing in their own homes? I know I would. So today I'm here to speak with Gary Wilson of Wilson Services to learn just that, what he's installing in his own home. Now Gary, interesting twist to this segment on Simply Living. We're actually in a basement of a home that you're renovating for your own family.
This is my home.
This is awesome because I want to know what you would install in your home. So can you explain this to us?
Yep, we had oil in this house for years, and I finally had gas line brought to the house. We were talking about that a few minutes ago. So this is a Viessmann Vitodens 100. It's rated at 95%. Interestingly, Viessmann makes a model a little bit more sophisticated, but I chose this model specifically because there's other control things that I'm doing that it just made more sense for me to go with this model, the 95%.
So even for yourself, you're not picking the biggest, most expensive thing. You're picking the thing that's going to suit your needs, just like you would for your
What's
place.
most appropriate.
Awesome. Now we have a lot of other stuff happening over here. Can you explain what the purpose is and how this is more efficient for your home?
I installed radiant floor heating throughout the entire house. With the radiant floor heating system, you really have to have a control that is smart enough to regulate, modulate water temperatures so the floor heating system can do an effective job.
Now, what other decisions came into play when you were putting in this restoration to your own home?
We're going to be here for a lot of years. My wife and I actually spent a little bit of time searching for a slightly bigger home because our family's growing. We couldn't find anything we really liked, and we just decided to invest and stay and put. So with that in mind, all the radiant floor heating is new, all new floors throughout the house. We actually also have geothermal heating and cooling, as well as this radiant floor heating system here.
Why did you decide to go geothermal?
Well, at the moment there's still significant federal tax credit available, so I wanted to take advantage of that. The excavator that worked on the project here was very accommodating. He and I worked out in the, we call it the loop field. That's where all the pipes are out back, so we were able to get all the piping in at a relatively lower cost than normal.
I would think that it would give your customers a lot of confidence in Wilson Services, knowing that you're doing your own install in your own home. I mean, what better advertising is there than that?
Well, sure. I mean, this is what heating guys do, and when tradesmen get a chance to do stuff in their own home, generally it's a bit advanced.
So we've been talking a lot about energy efficiency, but one of the other ways that we can be efficient with these systems is actually your electric bill. Can you explain that to us and why you have these?
Yes, a lot of people really don't understand where the electricity bill comes from and how that all adds up. Quite a bit of that usually is from their heating and cooling system. Like if you have a warm air system, that blower motor, that requires a bit of electricity. When you have a hot water system, like we have here, I chose to spend a bit more money and get the more advanced circulators because they really save a lot of electricity. This circulator here, it actually shows you how many watts it's running. It flashes between watts and gallons per minute.
Right.
So this one is running at 26 watts,
right,
which is actually about a third of an average circulator. So if you were to add that up, some of these systems that we install nowadays, the circulators run virtually non-stop throughout the whole winter. So that electricity adds up, and it makes sense to spend a little bit more up front, save a lot more down the road. And
I like that you can see right on it how it's running.
It's a cool little circulator. It shows you how much electricity it's actually consuming.
Yeah, you have a couple on this system too. So.
Oh, there's several, yep.
Very cool.
One thing Gary likes to stress is service after the sale. Going with a well-established company like Wilson Services for these high-tech system installs is highly recommended. If this is the year you've decided to finally revamp that heating system, make sure you have the area's local experts doing the job. Call Wilson Services to schedule your appointment today.